Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Nako, this episode are for temporary foreign workers, specifically yung mga merong tinatawag na low-wage jobs na nangangamba, nag-aalala sa kanilang future. Baka po hindi ma-renew ang kanilang work permit, hindi sila ma-extend. I think this episode will be helpful for you. It will give you an idea of your options. Okay, ano po ang pwede ninyong gawin in case nangangamba kayo na hindi na po kayo mananatili dito sa Canada? Ang kakausapin po natin tungkol dyan. First time niya dito sa In a Nutshell, ayan, si Miss Grace Undag, isa rin po siyang RCIC ng Initiate Immigration Consultancy based naman po sa Edmonton. Welcome po, Miss Grace.
Hi, Miss Ina. Thank you.
Yan. Ako, sige na nga, let's drop the miss para pareho tayo. Grace and Ina na lang. Okay. So, we will focus the discussion, ma'am. Ayun na nga. Ano ba yun? Nabambam naman ako. Sa mga low-wage workers na, I'm sure, marami pong nag-aalala ngayon, na hindi na i-extend, hindi na re-renew, uuwi na lang ba sila? Let's give a backgrounder po muna. Kasi sometime in September, nagkaroon ng tighter rules for low-wage workers. Can you provide us context po muna why many low-wage workers are having a tough time now?
I think sometime in August last year, they released the news, but it took effect on September 26th of 2024. Actually, there were 5 changes sa policy. Yung if their low-wage position is located at the census metropolitan area with an unemployment rate of 6 or higher.
Okay. I-clarify lang natin, ma'am. I think ito naman po yun, itong nasa website.
Right.
I think the first one is the most important, pinaka big change. Basically, this one is saying that low-wage positions in what is called census metropolitan areas,
right,
with an unemployment rate of 6% or higher, yung mataas ang unemployment rate, won't be processed. Yan po ba yung refusal to process na sinasabi po ninyo, ma'am?
Yes, that's the one, exactly.
Oo, ma'am.
So yeah, particularly yung dalawang first two, yun yung so dyan magbavari ang mga basihan na kung ang location at kung unemployment rate nila, and then ang cap sa mga lowest position na employed in that employer ay refusal to process.
Right? Ayun, yung cap po na to, yung sinasabi ni ma'am, ay imbis, dati po kasi 20% ng workforce ng isang employer, pwede nilang i-hire ang mga TFW.
Yes.
Pero binabawasan din po yun at 10% na lang. So obviously, refusal to process na kung mag-exceed sila doon sa 10%. No, ma'am?
That's right. Yeah, maliban sa mga reduce nila from 20% to 10%, pero may ibang mga sectors pa rin na they remain at 20%. So, yun lang, position sa construction, food manufacturing, hospitals, nursing, yung mga residential facilities, yung mga registered nurse, of course, yung mga attendant in persons with disabilities. Yun yung mga naiwan na mga sectors na 20% ang allowed nila.
All right. Ay, ito pa pala, isa rin tong malaking change pala to, ma'am, 1-year contract na lang ang mga low-wage positions, hindi na 2 years.
2 years ang employment duration before. Now,
Okay. So now, ma'am, nandito na tayo, This was announced sometime last year. Marami po bang namomroblema? Maraming lumalapit sa inyo na mga low-wage workers, and what are their most common concerns na nilalapit po sa inyo?
Looking for another employer that could hire them. Kasi yes, ang iba, that's good na alam na nila ang kung hindi sila ma-renew ng employer because hindi na pwedeng mag-apply ng LMIA, right? So yeah, for the purpose of this discussion natin is yung kailangan mag-focus ito nga, as what you said, mag-focus tayo sa low-wage positions kasi ito yung mga LMIA na impacted, application na impacted mostly sa mga foreign workers. Right?
Oo.
So, meron kasing iba kasi naguguluhan sila anong low wage positions, paano nila malalaman if they have a low wage position. Kasi ang masyado nilang alam noon is yung skilled position or low skilled position. Yun yung alam
Oo.
nila. So, dito ka sa Canada, I know you have the I think the table of the median threshold wage sa ano nila, Miss Ina, maybe we can start from there so that they will be able to determine kung ano yung position ng, is it
Ito?
high?
Ay, no, mali ito. Hold on.
No, sorry, that's not the one.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Actually, ma'am, tama ka, no? Ang dami ngayon actually, kahit sa mga nagva-vlog, sharing, nako, uuwi na ako, hindi na kasi ni-renew yung permit ko, mga ganun, ano. Pero, basically, ang sinasabi ni Miss Grace ay, hindi ka pa dapat mawala ng pag-asa. You should consider doing this. Okay, itong mga pag-uusapan natin in a while. Hold on. Eto. Yan.
So, those are the tables na kung ano yung median threshold ng every province dito sa Canada. So, let's say sa Alberta, it's 34.50, right?
Okay. Sorry. Ito yan. Kunyari, worker ka sa Alberta, ito yung wage threshold.
Yes.
Ano ibig sabihin?
Any positions paid with an hourly rate lower than that is called low wage position.
Okay.
Right? So it doesn't matter. Ang low wage position, it doesn't matter ng skill type nila. It can be low skilled or skilled position. Right? So
Okay.
can be tier 3, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So down. So as long as yung wage nila ay less than 34.50.
Okay. So usually, ito yung mga namomroblema na at this time, ma'am.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. So ano ibig sabihin nun? Let's say they're worried. Hindi na yata ko extend. How do they know if they have other options or what are their options?
Okay, if their employer sinabihan na we cannot renew your work permit or apply for another LMIA, so they have an option to find another employer.
Okay.
Just they need to know kung ano yung location, right? At ano din yung cap ng possible ng cap na nandun na the employer has with regards to their labor force. Otherwise, again, we'll go back to the refusal to process, right?
Oh, so kailangan nila palang puntahan tong table na ito, ma'am. Dapat maghanap sila ng work sa ibang lugar.
Imagine mo, let's focus on a cook position, right? So here in Alberta, ano siya, $17 ang median wage. So meaning because it's less than $34, so yun yung tinatawag na low wage. Now, if the employer would like, halimbawa, a cook, and then if the employer would like to apply for an LMIA for me, titingnan yung, kasi maraming foreign workers, more than 10% na, and then lalo na, nandito din sa Edmonton, sa metropolitan area, Edmonton right now is 6.8% ang unemployment rate. So, by there pa lang, refusal to process na ang low wage position. So, ang employer, what they gonna do is, bibigyan ako ng rate ng $34.50. So, is that doable or is it viable sa business ng employer sa restaurant, right? To pay from $17.50, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's $17 or $17.50, up to $34.50 para ma-renew lang LMIA ko, how it would impact sa income ng business, right? Sa
mahirap yata yun.
Right? So, ang employer talaga mag-isip talaga, no, I cannot afford that anymore. Like $20 for a cook position, like yung mga entry level na mga cook position, for them it's kind of too high, right? Kasi yung labor cost nila ang taas na kung yan ang rate na ibibigay nila.
Okay.
So walang option ng worker or employer, hindi na maka-apply ng LMIA, so therefore hindi na nila ma-extend yung work permit ng mga workers nila.
So what should a worker do? Sinabihan na sila, ma'am, nung employer, naku, hindi ko ma-afford. Taasan yung sweldo mo to 35-40 halimbawa. Ano gagawin mo kung ikaw si worker?
Okay, good question. Okay, so then maghanap ako ng ibang employer. Right? So maraming mga job sites, mga legitimate job sites dito, like let's say Indeed, Job Bank. Ito yung jobbank.gc.ca, yung pinakaunang mga advertisement ng mga possible mga job tawag dito ng job advertisement dito sa Canada, right? Marami namang legitimate mga websites. And then titingnan nila kung anong address. Unang-una tingnan nila kung ano ang location. Kasi doon naman din magma-matter sa location para malaman natin kung ano yung unemployment rate doon. Kasi
So, ang
remember,
target dapat, hanapin nyo, ang location dapat ay hindi more than 6% ang unemployment rate. Okay? Yun.
tama. Yes. Tama.
Okay.
And then, ang tanong is, paano naman nila makikita yon? So, doon sa ano natin, you would see the link kung anong gagawin. Kung type lang natin, if you look at the table, Miss Ina, yung may nakalagay doon, pull out the table na unemployment rate. Yeah, above that, merong census population.
Ayan, ito pala. This one?
Yes, that's the one. So, okay, I'll give you a specific example. Okay, dito sa Edmonton, type T5T 2E3.
2E3.
Oh, yan, stay there. Stay on this page.
Okay.
So, ang Edmonton is census, it belongs to a census metropolitan area. Right? So,
halimbawa lang you're eyeing a job sa Edmonton, yun yung gagawin mo. Ngayon, makikita mo na census metropolitan area.
Okay. And then, we'll go back to our table.
Unemployment rate. Sige, and then aalamin po nila kung ano yung unemployment rate.
Yes. I think
now, so for Edmonton, it's
6.8 right now.
Nako, okay. So what would that mean?
A refusal to process ang mga low-wage position kahit ang employer ay wala pang foreign worker. Kahit lower than 10% pa yung cap nila or 20% ang cap nila sa low-wage position nila. Remember, may 10% pa rin may 20%. Yung 20% yung sinabi ko kanina, yung mga sa construction, food manufacturing, yun yung it remains at 20% cap. The rest na sectors are 10%, 10% na lang, right?
Okay.
So, kahit wala pa silang employer, basta low wage ang position na i-offer sa'yo, refusal to process yun. Dahil it's 6%, 6.8 ang unemployment rate ng Edmonton. So, it must be lower than 6% ang unemployment rate.
Sige. Guys, ganito basta, I will put the link of this one Wait, ito papakita ko sa inyo. Wait. Ayan. Sa description box, guys, ilalagay ko sa inyo ang link dito sa etong site na ito para makita nyo kung ano yung dapat ninyong bantayan if you are looking for a new employer. Okay? Dahil nga hindi na kayo i-renew ng inyong mga boss. So, ang sinasabi ni Grace, dapat hanapin ninyo, okay? 6% higher in census metropolitan areas. Okay, guys?
Yeah. So, if I can give you a specific, kasi may mga places din kasi na hindi member ng census metropolitan area.
Okay, kung hindi po siya census metropolitan area, is that a safe place to find low wage work?
Yes, kung ang employer ay hindi pa na max out ang cap ng low wage portion nila cap sa low wage position.
Okay, tatanungin na nila si employer in that case.
Yes, kung ilan ang foreign worker nila, and the foreign worker pag-calculate nan, sabihin mo, yung mga foreign worker ba dyan ay yung mga work permit nila ay supported with LMIA ba? Right? Kasi tricky din ang pag-count. So we all know na okay, foreign workers, akala natin counted na sa cap, right? Lahat. No. Ang mga open work permit holder, hindi sila counted sa cap. Only those work permit holders na supported ng LMIA, meaning yung mga closed work permit holder.
Okay, okay.
So, hindi
Pero
ka
ma'am,
count.
if you're a job seeker, wouldn't it be too, masyado ka namang daming inaalam mo naman sa employer mo? Kasi usually in a job posting, how will
Yeah.
you even know to begin with that the employer will offer the MIA? Tapos tatanungin mo pa, ilang percent na yung mo, parang okay lang ba yun? Parang hindi, medyo weird, no?
Unang-una, no? So, yun yung makikita mo naman na na kung, let's say, yung employer, mapansin mo naman din, politely, you'd say na, of course, you will present yourself, nandun na, hey, I'm applying for work, but I am a foreign worker, right? I need LMIA to support my, to support a work permit, right? So, sabi ng employer, oh yeah, diba, kung magustuhan ka, right? And then that's the time na, okay, this is now, ito yung purpose ng natin ng discussion natin, para sila, they know how to approach.
Yeah, okay.
Know to give the employer the basic information about this tawag nito about this policy ng for ESDC under sa foreign worker program, right? So sabihin na nila, okay, ganito na, ilan ba kayo, o sabihin ng employer, but I don't know how to do this, I don't know this, kasi may iba. Tanungin lang, okay, are there mga foreign workers na ba na-employed niyo sa inyo ngayon? I think it would be, I don't think it's not that invasive naman na magtatanong ka kaagad doon, kasi nga, I think they know, lalo na sa mga food industry, that's the, yung mga industry na maapektuhan nitong mawawala ng mga foreign workers. Like, they know the program. Most of the employers here, they know the program, this type of program na. So, I think I'm sure they would understand kung bakit nagtanong. Right?
So, are you also saying, ma'am, that maybe some employers kasi are unaware of the rules? Kaya, as a job applicant, is it okay for you to help that employer navigate through everything?
Yeah, for me, if I will be the foreign worker na maghanap ng ganun, I would be upfront right away because I'm running out of time. Right? So, you should be, alam mo, sabihan mo na sa employer, okay, ganito, ilan ba yung workers mo? Are those workers to have na LMIA o closed work permit? Right? Kung sabihin nila employer na, yes, I would like to hire you, then that's the time you can ask them the questions. Right? So, pag sabihin na, example, like, kung sa 10 kasi, kung 10 na full-time, ang employee nila, ganito ang short calculation ko, like, at least may idea na sila how to estimate, right? Kung 10, kung lahat yan ay full-time, isa ang pwede nilang ma-hire, right?
Yeah.
Kasi 10% pero kung let's say, kung ang iba naman kasi part-time yan, right? Kung mapunta ka sa employer na may part-time din, ang calculation yan is kung 8 ang full-time, tapos 2 ang part-time, yun yung pwede pa 10%. Pero kung wala pa silang foreign worker, ha?
Okay.
Kahit may foreign worker, may foreign national sila, but they're holding an open work permit, hindi counted doon.
I see. Okay.
Counted siya. So, tanungin na yun magtanong na ng employer kung ilan, right? So, alam na ng employer, students sila, lalo na, ang daming mga estudyante, mga PGWP holders, they're not counted.
Hindi rin counted yun?
Hindi counted.
Okay.
Open, kaya the open work permit, dahil ang work permit nila is not supported with LMIA.
All right. Okay.
Right? So, we're talking about full-time, we're talking about part-time. Ang full-time, yun yung trabaho na they have an average of 30 hours a week. Right? Minimum, right? Can be 30 to 40. Workers working like less than 30 hours, yung tinatawag na part-time.
All right. Ma'am, itong advice na to, I mean, realistically speaking, madali bang gawin yun? Especially if you're looking for an employer outside where you live, basically. Diba? Lalayo ka ng probinsya, possibly. Has this worked? Has this actually worked for some?
Honestly, kasi nga yung mga tao na nag-approach sa akin, nagtatanong, that's what I taught them how to do it, how to talk to the other employers and this and that. Right? Brief ko sila. And then, if the employer is like, okay, it looks like I have an option, yun ang ginagawa ko na rin sa employer na, okay, if they need to know more about that, then they suggest the employer to call me, then I'll be happily explain the employers what is this program all about and ano yung mga responsibilities nila. Lalo-lalo
Oo.
na yung ibang first time nilang mag-hire.
Oo. And employers are also willing to wait because it will involve relocation ng job applicant.
yes.
May ganun po. Okay lang po ba yun?
Yes. I depende siguro sa employer if they're willing to wait, right? May iba na, I would like, kasi may iba na rin na, they're wise na rin na, oh, I want someone who has an opener permit so that can I will start working right away.
Oo.
Right?
Ma'am, baka naman meron kang mababanggit na mga areas
Okay,
na pwedeng paghanapan ng trabaho. Diretsuhin na natin. Baka may alam kang towns or
okay, let's go back to that search the census metropolitan area because we have not yung mga okay, balik tayo sa kung anything na kahit pag makita nila ang search, i-type lang nila ang postal code. Pag makita nila na census metropolitan area, pero wala sa table na yon, right? Nandun sa above the table, there's an instruction there.
Yan.
All right, there it is. So, ito yung table, right? So, pag ang CMA are not listed in the unemployment rate below, application will continue to be eligible for processing. Kung ang cap nila ay less than 10% or 20%, right?
Okay.
Right? So, makikita natin dito. Okay, St. John, so pwede sila, right? 6%. No, hindi sila pwede kasi 6 pa sila. Must be under 6%. So, Halifax, pwede sila. So, just hope na yung employer wala pang foreign worker na with LMIA.
Okay.
So, back tayo sa cap. So, ito naman, right? Kung wala dito, I'll give you a specific example. Dito
Ma'am, can you go to the very top of the website just so alam nila ano po tong link na to, yung title?
Sure. This one.
Refusal to process a labor market impacts. Okay, guys, hanapin nyo yan. I-google nyo yan. Lalabas naman yan.
Yes.
Okay.
So, now, itong table nila, they update it every 3 months. Right? So, the next update will take effect on April 4. So, kaya tingnan na to. Kung makikita natin, so, alright. So, dito sa Edmonton,
sige, let's just pick a random one, ma'am.
Here, 6.8, right?
Okay.
Now, let's say naman, meron kang makitang advertisement. Let's say they're looking for a food counter attendant. So, tingnan na natin. Here, we just click here, census of population. And then, let's say, itong postal code na to, I have an example here. Right? So, enter lang nila. So, let's say sa Strathmore.
Okay.
Strathmore, it says census agglomeration. Okay. So, meaning, ito yung mga maliit na lugar. Right? So, directly, hindi natitingnan natin kung ano yung unemployment rate nila because we know that this is not a census metropolitan area.
Oh, so pwede siya. Pwede
siya. They don't care ilan ang unemployment rate.
Okay.
They're not gonna be assessed according to the unemployment rate ng location na yan. Ang tingnan na lang nila yung cap.
Okay. Tatanungin sa employer, in short, kung ilan na ang foreign workers nila.
Na with LMIA.
Mahalaga pala dito, ma'am, una sa lahat, masecure mo yung interview, no? Oo.
That's right. And then, at least sa mga employer, they can speak up na kaagad ba sa the employer na, ganito, makapropose na sila kaagad, right?
Yeah.
And then, ngayon kasi, nakita namin, ang mga colleagues na kasamahan namin, yung mga, for mga consultant din, mga foreign workers, they're more vulnerable than before, right? Kasi they want to stay as much as possible, they want to do what they can do to stay in Canada. So, baka mabigyan sila ng mga promises dyan na, pwede to, ganyan. So, now they know what to ask, right? Ano ba ang question yan? Can you give me the kahit lang tawag nito, postal code, right? And through this help sa website, they know how to navigate this website, kung paano ano yan, then they have the idea. Like, oh, Metropolitan to and then look at here. Oh, aba, ano pala to 6.1 pala to. O St. John, nung offer 6.1. Paano makapag-apply ng LMIA itong foreign worker, ang employer na to?
Yeah, I think one good strategy pala, ma'am, is kung mag-a-apply sila ng trabaho,
Yes.
makikita naman nila yung town eh. It's always included, diba? Kung saan location ng office. I-search na nila at sila mag-assess. At least, kampante na sila na sakaling tawagan sila, there's a high chance, kasi yung cap na lang ang aalamin mo eh. Diba?
Yeah, that's right.
There's a high chance na pwede sila lumipat talaga doon and proceed kung if things work out at magustuhan sila ng employer. Yun pala
That's
yun.
right. Yeah. So,
Okay.
iba din sa mga tinuturo ko sa mga clients ko na let's say they have their spouses here na yung mga na open work permit. Tingnan ko na ito, okay, I know this is going to be a sacrifice. Couple, magkalayo kayo, ikaw open work permit ka. Why not sell yourself na ano doon na yung ikaw pwede ka magtrabaho kaagad because open work permit. And then later on, talk to the employer na pwede ba ikaw na lang mag-ano ng LMIA so that yung asawa, right? But unfortunately, yun nga lang din as of January 21, yung mga open work permit ng spouses ay wala na rin, right? So, maybe kung gusto ng employer, kaya ang targeting nila yung mga rural area na mga, kasi gusto nila the reason why they're doing this is kaya nga, isa din yun is para ma-attract din yung mga workers sa mga rural areas na doon magtrabaho para yung mga employer doon minsan hindi na sila makapag-survive dahil there's no people who want to work.
Yeah.
Them, right? Dahil walang tao, ayaw nila manirahan doon.
Correct. Oo nga. Again sorry, pasensya na kayo guys medyo technical yung ating discussion. Pero ang masasabi ko lang dyan, if you really want to find a way, aralin mo yung pinag-usapan namin. It might just help you out. Find a different employer. Especially, ma'am, wag na silang maghintay. Let's say they have 10 months to go in their work permit. Ngayon pa lang siguro pwede na nila. As early as when can they start?
1 year the minimum. Dahil?
Minimum?
Yes. Dahil ang processing timeline din.
Oh, no.
Ang processing sa ESDC. Ang haba. Right now, we're now February 2025. The last time I called the ESDC, ang pinaprocess nila, I think I called 2 weeks ago. Ang last nilang pinaprocess nila ngayon, they're still processing the mga application that they received in March 2024.
Oh my gosh. So kung ganun, ma'am, yung mga prospect employers, kailangan gustong-gusto ka talaga. Let's just be real. Ganun, Una sa lahat, kung mag-a-apply pa sila ng Lamia for you, maghihintay sila ng matagal for it, 'di ba? So medyo it's really a tough thing to do rin talaga, no?
That's right. Yun nandun. At least sila, mga foreign workers, alam nila din kung ahead of time ang plano nila. Let's say if they wanna just go home or, right? May iba na they would choose to go home, right? Or may iba na kahit anong gagawin, dito na ako, right? So, iba, pag hindi na talaga, they have to change their status from worker to visitor, right? So, of course, they have to show that they can sustain themselves, their stay in Canada, right? Financially, right? So, habang magano pa naman ng visitor, so maghanap na ng employer. So, at least still here, kung hindi magbabago tong policy na to, ganito ang babantayan nila.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, marami ma'am na nagsasabi sa akin na, hindi, yung employer ko, alam mo, willing akong tulungan.
Yes.
So, support daw nila yung PR application ko. And so, they stay and hope and pray nakikilos yung employer nila. And who knows, baka hindi pala allowed yung iyong employer. Dapat alamin mo rin yung eligibility ng current employer mo if pipiliin mong maniwala dun sa sinasabi niya na tutulungan ka niya sa PR application. Tama ba yun, ma'am?
That's right. Tama. Yeah. May mga employer din niya for the willingness of their good heart, right? Ng nila, ipa-process kita. But hindi nila alam ang mga kaya busy din sila, right? Hindi naman ibig sabihin na, maybe I should say na kahit alam nila, hindi sabihin sa worker, wala lang silang, hindi nila masyadong alam ang policies.
Yeah. Oo.
Right? So, oh yeah, I will process your LMIA. Pero pagdating pala ng time na, okay, process na, saka palang nalaman. That's what I said earlier, na saka palang nalaman, hindi na pala pwede.
Correct.
Yeah,
Ay,
so, swerte yung huli, kasi siya lang maiwan. Kasi, sigurado 10%, right? Kung top nila ay 10% and below, pwede pa.
Oo. Okay. Well, anyway, ma'am, thank you so much for your tips. Sana makatulong ito sa mga nangangamba sa kanilang future, yung mga temporary foreign workers natin, specifically yung mga low-wage workers na problemado ngayon. Try nyo na lang din. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, be resourceful, right? Kung saan maghanap, right? And be vigilant din kung may mga iba dyan na they're lurking na to scam or hindi natin alam, right? Yung intention.
Yeah.
Be more wise. Ang hirap ng buhay. Pinaghirapan natin, right?
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck sa mga foreign workers na naghahanap. So,
yeah. Oo. Sige, if you have other questions, kontakin na lang po si Miss Grace Ondag. And again, she is based in Edmonton, ang kanyang Initiate Immigration Consultancy. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you, ma'am. I will end this episode here. Okay?
All
I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Thank you, Miss Ina.